You can't win the lottery without buying a ticket. We're going to discuss what that means for your life in another episode of Media and Well with psychic Sharyn Rose. Listen to this fast-paced podcast as Sharyn explains the steps to becoming a winner in your life. Have a pen and paper ready. Let's get started.
Hey, welcome back once again to Media and Well with psychic Sharyn Rose. I'm glad you're here. I want to talk about the game of life. Yeah, you can't win the lottery if you don't have a ticket. It's true, right? So what about the game of life? Is life a game? Is it even possible to really win at life no matter what your circumstances are, or where you came from, or what your story is? Because you see, life really isn't about a competition, although competitions are fun and we love our human nature to have competitions. We go and we'd run races and we have all these different sports teams, etc. But life itself is not meant to be about a competition. It's not a game, it's more of a performance. Stephen Covey said to set a personal mission statement. And a personal mission statement would be statement of how you want your life to unfold, what you want your life to look like, what are your dreams, what are your goals, what is it you're on purpose for? Are you getting up in the morning and you don't know what your day is all about? Maybe it's time to sit down and set a personal mission. And when he said that, the question always comes up, how much does luck play into it? Is luck a part of it? And do you have to just be lucky? Do you have to feel lucky? Well, some, but you're doing your best already makes you a winner. So when you set a personal mission statement, of course, your personal mission statement is going to be something you're wanting to achieve, and you're reaching for the best aspect of who you are to do that. So sure, luck plays into it somewhat, but when you're doing your best already, you're already a winner. You're already working as a winner. So we think about people that we know who are winners. And oftentimes, where do we go in our heads, right? We go to people like Oprah Winfrey or Elon Musk. We're looking at the big, powerful people that have a lot of money and that are rich. But it's not about being rich and famous, although it would be fun. I mean, let's face it, I don't care. I wouldn't mind being rich and famous. That'd be all right. However, their mission, Oprah's and Elon and all the other characters out there that you might come to your mind, their mission's not your mission. Their mission's not the same as yours. But big but, you have the same tools that they have. They have the ability to use their body. They have the ability to use their mind. They have the ability to use their emotional set points, their soul self. They've got their family and they've got their friends. You have access to all of those same things, not theirs, yours. Stay with me, people. So winning is also not about being right or getting it right or being on 100% of the time. That's not what winning is about. It's more about finding balance as you tweak your tools, as you tweak the work you're doing with your body and your mind and your soul or your spirit, and with your family and your friends, your social interactions. It's more about finding balance as you tweak those tools to suit your needs, to suit what you want to set as your personal mission. So it's going to really matter. Something that I did, and I think I've mentioned this on another podcast, is late in the summer, I met up with a lady who had some goals that she wanted to reach, and I had some goals that I wanted to reach, and both of us were we got to be friends a little bit, and so we said, well, let's be accountability buddies. And so every Friday, Saturday, we get together with each other on texting only because she doesn't even live in my city. I haven't seen her since we put this plan together, actually. We text and we say how we're doing. How's our week? How's our month going? How are we doing with our health goals? How are we doing with our personal physical goals? How are we doing with our travels? How are we doing with our diet? How are we doing with everything? And it's so nice because there's somebody that I can share with, and it makes me sort of sit down, and she's part of my friends and family circle. But it makes me really revisit my body. How am I treating my body? Am I being respectful? How am I treating my mind? And what is my spiritual practice? What is it that I'm doing with my spiritual practice? And I can tweak that to suit me and to suit my personal mission, whatever that looks like. So copying Elon Musk and copying Oprah won't work. Copying anybody won't work. Um, Having an accountability buddy does work because it keeps you on point. So you don't have to have that. You can keep yourself on point, but you might want to make sure you take down some notes and write out your personal mission and tack it up somewhere where you can see it so that you don't go off track. So, um, so copying won't help you. You can't copy all these people out there that are wealthy and that the way that they did it too. So enjoy the moments. That's one of the first things you really want to start to do is be in the now. Eckhart Tolle wrote a book called The Power of Now. And he says, now is your life. This minute is your life. Yesterday's gone. 5 minutes ago is gone. 5 minutes from now is not here yet. And tomorrow's not here yet. So don't live there. Don't live in those places. Live in the now. Live the way that Eckhart Tolle intended when he wrote his book. And the book is amazing. If you haven't got it, it's called The Power of Now. And it was written by Eckhart Tolle. And it's a very, very good book. So the moments add up to an enjoyable life, because what happens is now you're living in the moment and you're reaching for achievement of your personal mission. And you're doing that through a joyful, because you're being conscientious of your emotions, your mental, your physical, and your spiritual state. You're doing it from a place of joy. So every time you live in a moment in a place of joy and those moments start adding up, pretty soon you're looking back and going, wow, I am having the best life. I am winning at life. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. I like this. And you end up feeling really good about your journey. You feel good about, and not only that, but that opens doors to all kinds of opportunities that can come to you. So you might ask the question, is it selfish to want to be a winner? Is it selfish to want to win? Well, you don't have to have the biggest impact on the world. I mean, you don't have to, become a brain surgeon or reinvent something, or you don't have to have the biggest impact on the world. You just have to be your happiest, best self with positive, powerful intentions that move you towards your personal goal. But I can tell you, as the other opposite to that, of course, is just lazing around and living on someone else's hard earned efforts and not really contributing in any way. That's not going to make you a winner. And you're not going to feel like a winner either if you're living that way. So it's not necessary to be totally selfless to be a winner. But contributing to the bigger picture is really going to be important. And so you need to contribute to the bigger picture of your life and the life around you. So it's not about being selfish in when we think about narcissists and all, they think about self-absorbed. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you can be selfless to some degree, but you can also be selfish with focus. Be selfish with your focus and focus on your personal mission to reach towards that. But there has to be a contribution to the bigger picture of life, your life and the life around you. Otherwise, you're just spinning your wheels and wasting time. So I think by now you can probably agree that thinking about your personal mission would be a great start. Right now, you could sit down with pen and paper and write down, what is it I want my life to look like? Set out your personal mission. It's not about setting goals. It's about, what do I want my life to look like? When I look back at the end of the day, when my future self looks back on me, is it going to be disappointed in me, or is it going to be thrilled with the life that I've lived? But to win, performing is necessary. You can't win anything without performing, well, which comes back to the title of our podcast. You can't win the lottery if you don't have a ticket. Okay? You can't win at life without performance and focus. And, it's kind of interesting because there is a gentleman here in our community. I am so, so proud of him. He's a young man. I'm not going to give you his name because I don't want to embarrass him, and I don't have his permission to actually use his name in this podcast. I could have phoned him, I guess, but this young man came to me. His wife was a client. And I do a lot of law of attraction work. As you think, so you are. And this is basically what we're talking about here is law of attraction. How do we get that to work for us? Because there's also this idea that people think law of attraction, I just have to wish for it and it's going to happen. No, that's not the case. You have to perform. You have to do something. So a few years back, several years now, a few years back, this young lady was coming to me. And then one day her husband came to me as well. And he talked to me about his dream, his personal mission, and what that was. And so I gave him some tools to use. One of them actually was a vision board, where he could build a vision board with everything on it that would lead him towards his vision board. But he needed to have money to be able to actually, create this business. And he didn't know where that was going to come from. He was currently working for another employer, but he was very, very good at his craft, at what he did. And so he went home and he started doing affirmations, which I'm going to share one with you at the end of this. Don't go away. We are going to do an affirmation card. He also built a vision board to suit him and looked at that vision board once a week or every couple of days. He kept in front of him his joy at the work that he was doing, even with the company that he would like to leave, because he wanted to start his own company. But he loved his work. He loved what he was doing. And he kept his focus and he kept moving forward. And lo and behold, he knew it was going to happen. There was no doubt. So he had to, in his performance part of his story, is building the vision board, having the dream, writing out the personal mission, and visualizing, and affirming, I will have my own business. I am an independent business person. I am a popular independent businesswoman. I'm good at my craft. My business is very busy. Those types of things, because remember, the time is now. So everything is done in the now. Well, be darned, lo and behold, I don't know how many months it was later, I found out he and some of his coworkers at the business he was at won the lottery. Well, look at that. And they split the lottery, and that financed him. It put him in a position where he could actually then go on and build his own business. Now, his wife came to me in a panic and she said, oh my God, he wants to do this and he wants to do this. And he wants to do that. I said, just have faith. This is a man that knows where he's going. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he wants. Have faith, support him, be his best support system. Help him pick himself up when he's feeling down. You be that person for him. She settled right down and she did that. She did that for him. He currently this year his business is thriving. He is a top business in our community. I mean, he is just doing amazing. And I remember, because he works does some work for me now as his independent businessman. And I remember sitting in his office one day with him, and he said, this running your own business is hard. And I remember thinking, yeah, it is, because I run my own business too, but only at the beginning. When it starts to build, and the momentum you build in a situation like this is where you really do the main part of the performance work, because building momentum is hard. You're building from you're building from nothing. And he started building momentum, and people got to know who he was, and people referred other people to him, and we referred people to him. And that young man today has a thriving business. He's just knocking it out of the park, and he is doing amazing. Do you think that he has bought his lottery ticket? Do you think that he knows he's a winner? Of course he does. Even though he used the money that came to him came through a lottery win, that doesn't matter. Does that make him automatically a winner? I know a lot of you would look at that and say, well, he won the lottery and just got lucky. Sure, there was luck involved, but he visualized the money before he won the lottery. He didn't know where it was going to come from, and you don't need to either. But you visualize your dream. You visualize where you want to be, what you want to do, where you want to live, what kind of work you want to have, what kind of clothes you want to wear, what kind of car you want to drive. Visualize and do affirmations and do your powerful mission statement, your personal mission statement, and reach for what it is you want, and live in the power of now. Live now. Live in the moment. Live with joy, and take care of your body, and take care of your mental well-being. Take care of yourself. Take care of your spirit, your soul, your friends, and your family. And I tell you what, you can't win in life without performance and focus, and you can't win the lottery without a ticket. Your personal mission statement is probably going to be your very first ticket to winning in the lottery of life. There you go. I've given you everything I've got. Okay, let's take a look at this affirmation card. Now, the cards that I use are the daily affirmation cards by Cheryl Richardson. They're very good cards. I like them because they cover all different aspects and areas of life, like spiritual health, emotional health, physical health, etc. And this card that I have here says, and you might want to write this down, pin it up on your wall, write it in lipstick on your mirror, I don't care, somewhere. I honor my time and energy by making smart choices that leave me feeling good about myself. Let me read that again. I honor my time and energy by making smart choices that leave me feeling good about myself. Don't you love it? Knowing you got the same tools at your fingertips that Elon has. You got the same tools that Oprah has. You just have a different mission. You have a different mission statement. And you've got to actually um, write down what is your personal mission, not your goals, because you're going to have goals to reach your personal mission, but you want your personal mission. Okay, I want to remind you all, we are on YouTube now. If you want to pop over to YouTube and subscribe to the YouTube channel, we're new at it. There's just a few up there. There's not very many up there yet. But go over and subscribe to the channel. It would make us happy, and hit that notification bell. So every time one goes up, you're going to get a note that, hey, there's a new podcast up for Sharyn Rose. We're also considering a name change for the podcast. Right now, it's Medium Well with Psychic Sharyn Rose. We're going to be keeping with Psychic Sharyn Rose, but if any of you have any ideas, in fact, I'm going to open a door here to you. Those of you that are listening, I'm going to open up a competition. If you email me, I'm going to give away a free reading to whoever comes up with the best. And the readings are worth over $200. With whoever comes up with the best name for our podcast, or even closest to the best name for our podcast. Whoever, you can email Sharyn at SharynRose.com, and in your subject line, put podcast name so that I know you're entering into the podcast, okay? Put podcast name. Send me your ideas. Send me your thoughts and let me know what you think, and we'll see. We've got some ideas of our own, but we're looking for some input here. Also, don't forget that the website or the Facebook page, Sharyn Rose Psychic Coach and Medium, we do cards every Wednesday face down, 3 cards down, and then on Thursday the cards are revealed, 3 cards up, and you get a message for your week, or you can pick a mix of the messages. So go over and join the Sharyn Rose Psychic Coach and Medium Facebook page. Do that. And don't be afraid to, if you're interested and you like this work, go over to SharynRose.com and you can book an appointment with me, and you can do it by Zoom, by phone, or you can come in. And that's it. That's all. That's all I've got for you today. It's been fun. I've enjoyed this very much. Thank you so much for popping on and for listening. And I will talk to you again next time. Bye-bye for now.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Medium Well with Psychic Sharyn Rose. If you love listening to this podcast, we have one little favor to ask you. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. If you love learning from Sharyn, well, she's got a few great courses that are ongoing. Why don't you register for Kitchen Witchin'? It's on now. All you have to do for more information is go to kitchenwitchin.ca. Or if you'd like to book an appointment with Sharyn for a reading, or if you'd like to know more about Sharyn, her psychic services, coaching sessions, and more workshops, go to SharynRose.com. That's Sharyn with a Y. We'll talk to you next time.